Hey, thanks for watching. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through an EFT tap together for anxiety. So EFT is emotional freedom technique. I just like to call it tapping. What we're going to do is we're going to do a tap for anxiety. So every tap is going to start the same way. You're going to find the karate chop point. So this is like the middle of the fleshy part of the side of your hand. It's what if you were going to do a karate chop, it's the point where you would do that chop. So that's the first point. We do our setup phrase whilst we tap on that point. And you can tap with one finger or two. I like to use 2 fingers for this part, and then in various different spaces I'll use a different amount of fingers. I'll talk you through those. So after we've done the setup phrase, we're going to move on and we're going to start with the beginning of our eyebrow. Now obviously we have 2 eyebrows, so it doesn't matter which one you start with. I tend to do one side, and then when I go around all of the tapping points I'll do the other side. So we're going to start by tapping the beginning of the eyebrow, then we're going to move to the side of the eye, and then we're going to move underneath the eye. So this is the zygomatic bone here, so it's kind of like an inch under the eye, or just shy of an inch. Then we're going to go underneath the nose here, and then in the middle of the chin. So you want to look at like where the chin creases, right in the middle, in between the lip and the bottom of the chin. The next point is the hardest one to find. I'm going to move my necklace out of the way. So you want to find that sort of point in your... You've got your breastplate here, and there's like this, almost like a U shape at the top of the breastplate where it's all kind of soft and smooshy at the bottom of your throat. So you're going to find that point, go down an inch, and then go across an inch. You should find your collarbone, and then just underneath the collarbone, so you want to be tapping on the fleshy part underneath the collarbone, but slightly on the collarbone as well. One tip is to make a fist and then use your knuckles to wrap that beginning part. So the point is actually at the beginning of the collarbone as it joins onto the breastplate. So you could tap in the middle and activate with your knuckles, depending on how big your hand is, both points. I like to just pick a side, and then on the other round go on the other side. And then the next point is underneath your arm. So you're going to find your armpit, and you're going to go down about 4 inches. For ladies, this is usually where your bra strap is, like in the middle of your bra strap. For gentlemen, this will be where your nipple is. If you follow it around, it's kind of level with that. And I use like the whole of my hand. I have this pinky thing that is just... I always have my pinky up, so I'm just using 3 fingers and just tapping under here. And the last point is the top of the head. Now you can make like an alive one of these on top of your head and tap in circles. I actually like to get about 3 fingers again and just tap. You want to think about the point where the nose and the back of the head would meet, and then the ears where they would meet. So in the middle, and to make sure you hit all of it, I just go in a circle with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our setup phrase. We're going to go a couple of rounds of the tapping. You want to tap about 5 to 7 times on each point. Sometimes I feel like I want to hang around on a point longer. So if you feel that way, then obviously go ahead. For this guided tap, we're going to first set up our phrase, go through the sequence, and then at the end we're going to take a deep breath. I'm going to breathe in for 4, I'm going to hold for 7, and then I'm going to breathe out for 8, and this is the relaxing breath. Now what I'd like you to do before we start is rate out of 10 how intense your feeling of anxiety is. This is something you can do while you're having a panic attack, or if you feel like you might have a panic attack coming on, or just any time in the day. Rate how intense your anxiety is, and then we're going to do the round of tapping, and then at the end you rate how you feel, so you can see if it's bringing it down. If you still feel quite anxious, you can do another round of tapping. You can just replay the video. Okay, so we're going to start off with our karate chop point and our setup phrase. Even though, and you repeat after me, even though I have this anxiety, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I sometimes suffer from anxiety, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I have anxiety, I completely love and accept myself. This anxiety I have. I feel anxious. This anxiety. I feel anxious. I have anxiety. This anxiety. This anxiety I'm feeling. I sometimes feel out of breath. I sometimes get hot and sweaty. I sometimes feel short of breath. I feel embarrassed. I feel scared. I feel anxious. I don't always know why I feel anxious. I want to let my anxiety go. Now rate how you feel. If you still feel anxious, you can do that round again. You can make up your own words for it as well, you don't have to use mine. I would guarantee you'd get better results if you make up words that really resonate with you. So just when you're doing the reminder phrases, you can just say this anxiety, or you can talk about how the anxiety makes you feel, and you can go from there. So just as you're going around the points, you can be talking about how anxiety makes you feel and the negative sides of it. The point of this is to sort of address what's going on, what's happening, and give you a way to clear that emotional blockage so that you can feel less anxious. So I hope you like it, and I hope it helps.